Okay, if you guys had checked out my last Evelyn Ortiz video, low key, oh my gosh, actually to date, that was probably like my most like insecure feeling video. And I mean insecure in the aspect of like not knowing my facts. But I really had said to myself, I was like, look, I need to start talking about different people because honestly, y'all, like I don't want my channel becoming just, one or two people. Like that's just, I don't know. It just seems to me like I'm putting myself in a box and I'm like, oh my gosh, like there's so many different things that I want to talk about. And I do got to keep it real with you guys. Sometimes I do find it difficult. Like you guys will tag me in some TikToks, which by the way, I really do appreciate. And you guys will be like, oh, like make a video about this. And I'm like, I'm kind of stuck on stupid because I don't know who these people are. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's hard to like form an opinion on one specific topic when I don't know the backstory. And low key, that's why within that Evelyn video, I kind of felt a little stupid. Like I was like, oh my God, y'all, I'm a little bit confused about who this guy is and like who's Evelyn talking about in the text message. But then this guy is an ex. And then somebody had commented and said like, oh no, the person in the video is the brother. And I was like, oh my God, well, check this out. One of my homegirls is like really big fans of the Evelyn Ortiz or the Ortiz sisters, what I meant to say. And I had to like verify with her. I was like, hey, is this her brother? And she's like, oh no, but they kind of do look a little bit similar. So I could understand that's one of her exes as well too. And I was like, oh my God, thank God I was right. Okay. Because that's literally what I said in the video. And I was like, I am going to sound so stupid, look so stupid that I'm over here saying, oh, her ex is over here exposing her and it's the brother. But then I was like watching the clip back and I was like, wait, why would he be saying that she's abusive and all this? Like, to me, that's crazy that her brother would be on a podcast speaking out and then also saying that her ex, Kevin, is abusive as well, too. So I'm like, what's going on here? Come to find out, though, I did end up getting all my facts straight. Okay, that guy that, if you guys had watched that video, that guy that was in that clip is also one of her exes, but he was also talking about her ex, Kevin. Okay, so basically, both of them are her exes. And basically, what people are saying is that she was abusive towards the both of them, but then they were abusive back towards her, which I gotta keep it real with you guys. Like, I was like, whoa, this is a lot of drama. Like, low-key, this seems a little bit crazy. And it's so funny because I guess maybe because I really am still kind of new to the Ortiz sisters, like, to me, they don't really seem toxic like that. Like, I feel like I've seen them, especially Wendy. I've seen her on so many different streams, and I have seen, Evelyn on a lot of streams too. And I'm like, they seem so, like, chill, and they don't really seem like they would be crazy like that. But obviously, when it comes down to the internet, you do have to take everything with a grain of salt, and you do have to kind of be like, okay, like, is this person telling the truth? By the way, too, this is kind of like a little bit of a follow-up from that video because now the ex Kevin, which I guess everybody knows Kevin a little bit more than the other guy, which, oh my gosh, the other guy in that video with 44 Vato, I think his name is Ricardo. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure his name is Ricardo. But I guess everyone that follows Evelyn knows Kevin more so because I guess apparently like he was in some streams before and they may have still even been dating while she was a live streamer. So check this out, okay? I want to go ahead and play a clip to where she was talking about an abusive past relationship. This clip is from September, so it is old. However, I do feel like it pertains to everything. And then we're going to get into Kevin because now Kevin is like hopping out here and saying like all these claims that Evelyn had made about him is not true. But then he also calls her a narcissistic liar. I was like, y'all, I just don't know what to believe. But honestly, when it comes down to a lot of these situations, like I do got to keep it real with you guys. Okay, speaking from experience, for those of you that had like followed the podcast channel and like have followed me for a while, y'all know that every now and then I will open up about my like toxic relationship. However, I've put it off like talking about it for so long. Y'all, literally, we've been broken up for 3 years now, and I put off talking about it on social media specifically because I feel like he is that type of person that will go crazy because I do see narcissistic tendencies within him. So I feel like if I'm just speaking my truth, my side of the story and everything that went down in it, oh my God, I feel like he's that type of person that will go absolutely apeshit crazy. Do you know what I mean? And to me, I feel like it's just safer to not talk about it on social media. However, I'm going to now because I feel like enough time has settled. And honestly, recently, like we've talked and everything seems chill. And like he, apologized for like everything that he had done. And I was like, oh, wow. So now I'm like, hey, maybe he's like evolved as a person. I mean, a lot can happen within 3 years. And now I do feel more comfortable opening up about that. But my whole reasoning of bringing that up is I have really realized that when you speak out about your truth on something, like some people will get out there and just blatantly lie about it just to make themselves look good. And I think that is a narcissistic trait. If, say, for example, something really did go down and like, Evelyn's just speaking on it or whatever, or somebody speaking on it, on her behalf, this woman may want to get out there and just be like, no, I'm going to save face. And I'm like going to get out there and be like, no, that's absolutely a lie. And like make her look like a liar in return. Do you get what I'm saying? Like to me, that's a little bit scary. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to go ahead and play this clip to where Evelyn was talking about one of her past relationships and being very, very toxic and low-key abusive. Check this out.
He would be like, well, the only way she's going to listen to me is if I hit her. And then I would be like, okay, well, let me hit him back. And then it was just bad. And there was this one time where, in GTA, There's one time where I was at my volleyball game and something happened. I mean, like, these fights were so stupid, and then something happened, and then basically a box, because I worked at Target and I used to do box cutters. A box cutter in GTA came out, and then he like pulled it out on me, and then I had like a whole panic attack, and I was like in the passenger side, and he like pulled over to the street, and then he just started like going crazy, and then obviously I'm like panicking. I'm like, okay, well, he's gonna kill him. He's gonna, like, it was just like I was panicking and started having panic attacks. So I just like got out the car and I was like breathing. I was like I couldn't breathe, and he was like Evelyn, it's not that serious. Like, I wasn't gonna do shit, but like he literally, like, kid you not, had it right. Okay, John, but yeah, if you're in that situation, get the fuck out, and I know you probably won't until you're ready.
By the way, too, after watching that clip right there, I hope some of you guys may know a little bit more of the backstory, because that clip that I saved right there, I did think it was important to, you know, put in this video and to kind of like follow up from the last video. But everybody was speculating in the comments that that was the guy Ricardo, which, by the way, y'all probably said, like, fact checked his name. However, he's not on social media like that. Do you know what I mean? He was just in that podcast with that guy, for Vato, which I'm pretty sure his name's Ricardo. But anyways, a lot of people were saying that's either Ricardo or that is Kevin that she was referring to in that clip right there. And I did think that it was important to play that right there, because obviously that way you guys know a little bit more of her backstory about this specific scenario. But do keep in mind, though, this seems to be a lot of toxicity, okay? So it's like Evelyn and Ricardo, and then Evelyn and Kevin, and y'all, this whole thing just seems to be a damn mess. Now, this is where things are not looking too good for Kevin, okay? Because there is this girl, and I do not know anything about her, okay? However, I just seen it in the Chisme videos on TikTok right here, and her name is Fabi, okay? And she had made a comment before, something along the lines of Kevin like being abusive towards Evelyn, okay? And it's so crazy that I guess apparently a lot of people were calling this girl Fabi a clout chaser, and that she was lying and she was just making these things up. However, when these things started coming out that yes, in fact, they were an abusive relationship, everyone's like, oh damn, so Fabi was right all along. But I guess apparently like she was getting all this hate before, when in actuality she was right. So I do want to go ahead and read this right here, because I guess apparently people had saved this comment from her, because somebody had commented right here on one of her videos and said, they don't bother you, but you're over here ready to F the twins because of some video. Girl, I'm assuming they blocked out fight, by the way, because it looks like FI, but I can't really tell. Girl, you are a joke. You can't stand that Eve saw who you really were and stop being your friend, okay? So I guess apparently this girl had spoke out about this while they had no longer been friends. She wrote back, Kevin beat her up, ... I promise there's no hate. Which, by the way, can I just say this too, low-key, I do think it is a little bit shady, like, to put that out there. Do you know what I mean? Like, honestly, like, if she wasn't ready to tell that story, like, maybe that is, you know, a little bit shady to do. I do want to go ahead and play this clip right here, because I guess this is where this girl Fabi was speaking out about it with her friend. And y'all, it just seems to me that like this friend knew all along what their relationship was, and because she had spoke on it, and I guess apparently they stopped talking, so it made her look like a clout chaser, it made her look like a hater. And I was like, oh damn, this is kind of bad, you know what I mean? Which, by the way, I do feel like, I don't know, there's just some things that you just shouldn't talk about. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's just some certain scenarios that I literally won't even speak about when it comes down to some old friends of mine, because I'm like, okay, let me not cross that line. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like that low-key is a little bit grimy. And I do feel like unless your friend obviously, you know, if your friend stabs you in the back, like obviously if you stab them in the back, right back, then it's kind of like, okay, you know what I mean? Like that's retaliation. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I just feel like, you know, if it's unprovoked, like that's kind of messy. But I do want to play this clip so that you guys can see it. Check it out.
I had the right to say what we went through and shit. So yeah.
It was in front of us.
If we were put in that situation, bitch, I was scared. I was scared as hell.
It was never my business.
We went through it. So
yeah.
If you don't want nobody else to know what you're going through, don't put that don't put the people in.
Yeah.
Like don't do it in front of people. That's all I gotta say. But
yeah. It was never told to me. It was just shown in front of me.
So yeah, there y'all saw from right there, they were saying that it happened right in front of them. You know what I mean? So I do kind of like get it. You know what I mean? Obviously them speaking out about it. I just feel like it does kind of suck, because obviously maybe Eve didn't want that out there. Do you know what I mean? But then once again, I don't know. Maybe like Eve like speaking out about it within that first clip that I played for you guys. Like maybe she has publicly spoke about all these different things. Do you know what I mean? But then I don't know, y'all, things get a little bit messy with this guy, her ex Kevin, because he's getting out here and saying these like allegations are not true whatsoever, and that basically Eve is like a narcissistic liar, which I was like, oh damn. But you know what's really crazy though? He made it seem like they're cool, they're fine, but then in the same breath he's calling her a narcissistic liar. Like low-key, y'all, if somebody got out there on the internet and said like, oh, like we're still cool, I'd like, oh, I'm still cool with him, but he's a narcissistic liar, I'd be like, we're clearly not cool. Like, how are you getting out there saying that? So I do want to go ahead and play this clip for you guys so that way you guys can hear his side of the story. Check it out.
I'm just here to say that I'm not abusive. I get this person's been in an abusive relationship, but I'm not abusive. I'm not here to say like that my past relationship was perfect. It was far from perfect. We would argue, we'd have bad arguments, we had good arguments. Like, it wasn't perfect. It was far from perfect. But I would never let someone hit me. You know what I mean? Like, I would never allow that. I've never been a part of abusive relationship or anything. I'm new. I don't know any of this. I'm not sitting here and say I'm a victim or anything, but she was not a victim. She wasn't. So many things happened in the relationship that weren't okay. There's just stuff you don't do. She is a narcissistic liar, and I put that on God. Bro, I've heard so many stuff from people that she's been telling people stuff about me. Like, she's been making me look like such a horrible person to people, or that I'm such a crash out, or that I'm this and this and that, when I'm not, bro. Like, I'm not.
By the way, I have to point this out too, because everyone seemed to be commenting on we had bad arguments, good arguments when he said that in that video. And I'm like, y'all, everybody was in the comments like, what the hell does he mean talking about, oh, they had good arguments? I'm like, wait, do you guys not understand? Like, an argument could, like, obviously, yes, an argument could be like a blow up, but then also too, an argument could just be like a disagreement. Like, yo, I've had several arguments with my friends that are good arguments. Like, in my eyes, I'm like, oh, wow, like, we're disagreeing. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, we're disagreeing and we're like, you know, talking about it, which I guess would be classified as an argument. So I was like, wait, I kind of knew what he meant by that, you know, but for some reason, everyone seemed to be focusing on that as well too. Like, what does he mean by a good argument? I'm like, wait, like, I kind of think like, say, for example, if you're having a strong disagreement with somebody, and especially if you're passionate about it, but then you guys end up coming to a common ground after that, like, to me, that would be classified as a good argument. Maybe my mind is just like way too damn big, y'all, but I was like, oh, I understand exactly what he's saying. Anyways, the main thing right there, though, that I wanted to focus on was the fact that he was over here calling her a narcissistic liar, which, by the way, I don't know too much about her. I don't get those vibes from her. Like, honestly, like, both of them seem really chill to me. Do you know what I mean? When I say both of them, I mean the Ortiz twins. I don't know too much about this Kevin guy. So that's why, to me, I'm just like, oh, damn. Like, I don't know, y'all. This seems to be a messy situation. But nonetheless, y'all, can I just say this? If you know any of your friends, or if you are in an abusive relationship, please try your hardest to get out of it. Like, I know it's hard. Sometimes you feel trapped and you feel like so scared to leave the person. But like, y'all, life is so damn short. And I'm telling you this because the older I get, the more I realize I'm like, if you are trapped in a toxic situation, please get out of it. Like, life is so short and literally can end at any time. And it just sucks to live in a situation to where, oh my God, one day it could be good, the next day it could be bad, the next 2 weeks could be bad. It's like, oh my God, you're literally wasting precious years of your life, and we don't have too many of them. And I really do think, like, even though it is difficult, you're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel eventually, and get the hell up out of that damn, you know, toxic situationship, relationship, whatever the hell it may be, because it's just not worth it, y'all. Anyways, please, oh my gosh, y'all, literally, I have like so much dryness in my mouth right now. I was like, I felt like I was gonna spit right there. Please make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.